Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Ivonne. Today we're going to be creating this warm sunset inspired eye look. So keep on watching. And for today's primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I did talk about this primer in my last video, so if you haven't watched that, I'll leave the link down below. And since today's Friday and I really don't feel like doing like a full coverage I don't feel like doing a full coverage foundation, so I'm going to be going in with the Amazonian BB tinted moisturizer. And it already has SPF, but it's okay. And I'm going to be going in with the Morphe M442, and I'm going to be using that just to blend out the BB cream. For today's concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Conceal in light medium. And I usually just apply the tiniest bit on this little tray. I actually got this tray from Amazon. That's if it wants to come out. Usually just apply a tiny bit like that. And with the concealer brush, I just go in and kind of just do a little, it's like kind of like do a little triangle underneath my eyes. And I usually just apply a tiny bit on my nose, on my forehead, on my pimple. And with the Morphe sponge, I'm going to go ahead and just blend that out. And then to set the concealer, I'm going to be using the Mercier Invisible Loose Setting Powder. What's your guys' favorite setting powder? Comment down below which one's your favorite one. I used to use a Tarte Amazonian Clay setting powder, and then I just randomly switched over to the Mercier one, and I really like it. But I know there's lots of setting powders out there, and I want to know which one's your guys' favorite setting powder. I might give it a try. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and first I'm going to be going in with the NYX eyebrow pencil in dark brown. And I usually just use the pencil to draw like the little eyebrow tail, and with a little brush that's at the end, I usually just brush my eyebrows, kind of get them in place, and then I just kind of go in, start like at the end, and I just kind of draw a little tail. And I just kind of fill in very lightly. I usually do this because I sometimes do this because I just like how it gives it makes the tails look a little bit darker than if I just use the pomade alone. And after I go in with the pencil, I usually just fill in the rest of my eyebrows with the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade, and this is in the shade medium brown. And I'm using a Morphe M165. Okay, and since my eyebrows are looking a little messy, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like carve them out with concealer. I'm going to be using the same concealer brush from earlier, and it's a concealer brush from a Sephora brush collection that I bought a few years back. I just kind of take the concealer, oh that is a lot of concealer, and just kind of outline the bottom of the eyebrow, and then kind of lightly do the same thing right here on the other side. And then with the same concealer brush, I just wipe off whatever's left, and then I just kind of blend out the concealer that's already there. And with my finger, just go in and blend out the rest. So usually my eyebrows are the ones that take me the longest, just because I try to get them as even as possible. And sometimes they just don't want to work with me. Okay, so I think that's the best they're gonna get. It's a little frustrating. This one doesn't want to work with me. Well, oh, whatever. Okay. And then I'm gonna be going in with the translucent brow gel from Morphe. And I just kind of lightly do one coat on each brow. Just kind of brushing the hairs very lightly. I'll be doing my eyes, and I'm going to be going in with the Morphe Eyelid Translucent Primer. And I usually just take the tiniest amount, like that, just the tiniest amount, and I use that just kind of like dab it on both my eyelids. So I wanted to start off with the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. And I'm going to be just using a blending brush from that same Sephora brush collection, and I'm going to be going in with the shade Chaser. Just kind of dabbing it on there, tap, and then just slightly applying it in my crease or above my crease. Going in very lightly, adding a little bit of color. Okay. And next I'm going to be going into the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And I'm going to be using the same blending brush, and I'm going to be going into this yellow color that's right here. I'm just going to be very lightly tapping it in there and using a very light hand, just kind of start blending it into the same area. And it's easier to start with a little bit of color and then slowly build it versus just applying a lot of color. Next, I'm going to be using another Morphe brush, and this is just another blending brush from the vegan brush collection that they have. And then I'm going to be going into this orange right here, into this orange color. I'm going to be just lightly tapping it and then slowly again building the color. And I'm just applying it again in my crease right here and onto my lid. And I'm just going to go back in with that same yellow color that I used before and the same blending brush as before, and then just kind of going over it. Just just kind of blend in the colors all together. Alright, so now I'm going to be going again into the Naked Heat palette, and I'm going to be using the shade He Devil. And it's like a warm reddish toned shade, and I'm going to just be using a small shadow brush, and this is from that Sephora brush collection. I'm just going to lightly be tapping it into there, and then tapping out any fallout, and then just applying it all over the lid. Same thing on the other eye. I'm going to be going back into the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and using that same orange shade with that blending brush that I used earlier. And just kind of going back into there, and then slowly just kind of like going back into there. And kind of blending it in there. Okay, now I'm going to be taking a Morphe M321. It's like a very small blending brush, and I'm going to be going into this darker orange and just kind of lightly tapping it on there and applying it underneath, or by my waterline. I don't know what it's called. Just kind of slowly building the color. And I'm going to be going back into the same palette, the Naked Heat, and with like an eyeliner brush. This is a Revlon eyeliner brush, I think. I mean, I've had this one like for a really long time, so I don't know if they still have it. But anyways, just any eyeliner brush would work, or angled brush. And I'm going to be going into the shade En Fuego, and it's like this like deeper burgundy-ish color. So yeah, En Fuego, and I'm just going to be going in there, and I'm going to try to apply it as close as I can to the lash line, just kind of create like an eyeliner look. And I just kind of try to like tap it in there. And then on the other side there, it's like a smudging brush, and I just kind of go in there with the He Devil shade and then kind of just blend it out. And then with my finger, I'm going to be going into the shade Lumbre, and I'm just going to go like that and apply it in the middle. Actually, I guess I should have done that before I added the eyeliner. It's okay. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye, kind of building the color. Okay, and so that's it for the eyeshadow. Now I'm just going to be going in with some mascara. I'm just using an eyelash curler. I don't know where I got this from. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Falsies mascara in the shade Blackest Black. Sorry guys, so apparently my camera stopped recording when I was doing my mascara. But yeah, I already finished doing my mascara, and now I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. No, sorry, my bronzer, blush, and highlight. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and put my hair back. And for the highlight, for the bronzer, I'm gonna use a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And as you can tell, it's one of my favorites, and I literally hit pan already. And I'm just taking a powder brush from the Morphe Vegan Brush Collection. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it right underneath my cheekbones. And onto my forehead. I don't really contour my nose. I just kind of like line the bridge of my nose, if that makes sense. Just take the brush and just kind of go like this. Just kind of bronze the nose a bit, and sometimes if I do too much, I just kind of go in with my finger and kind of blend it out. And that's it for bronzer. I don't do too much. For blush today, I'm going to be using this one from Becca. And I think this was on the Jaclyn Hill collection. It's like a few years back. But yeah, this blush is, I've had it for a while. And this is in the shade Amaretto, I believe. So I'm just going to be taking a blush brush again from that same vegan brush collection from Morphe. And I'm just going to like dab on a little bit. Just kind of to give my cheeks some color, nothing too crazy. Kind of like that. So I just kind of use a little bit of blush. I don't do anything too crazy, just a tiny bit to give my cheeks some color. And then for the highlight, I'm going to be going into that same highlight that's in here, and I think this is in, I don't know what shade this is actually, but anyway, I'm just going to go in with the Morphe M510. I'm just going to dab in a little bit, tap off the excess, and then just kind of lightly start building the highlight. And I'm just applying it right up on my cheekbone, and just kind of putting some on my eyebrows, on the tip of my nose. Okay, so just a little bit. I'm not going to do too much. Okay, so for lipstick, first I'm going to be going in with the Glossier Coconut Balm Dotcom. And I'm just going to be taking a little bit, because the tiniest amount goes a very long ways. And I just kind of like to dab it on there. Okay, and next I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte Lipstick in the shade Buff. And I'm not going to like do too much of a dramatic lip. I'm just going to do it very, very lightly. Just enough to give my lips some color. Alright, and that's it for the lips, and this is the overall look. Okay. Alright, and that's today's look, guys. Something warm. I tried to do like kind of a sunset eye kind of look. But yeah, just this today's look. Warm, easy-ish. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed.